A couple of videos ago, I talked about how Western democracies fetishize the idea of dissidents, as long as those dissidents don't disrupt global hegemony. The same can be observed with protest culture. In the West, we love a protest, as long as it's not against our own government, or at least as long as it doesn't challenge our government's geopolitical interests. As protests have broken out on college campuses against the genocide of Palestinians, there's been no shortage of commentary condemning students for doing this. The commentary may lament that students are not helping the cause by inconveniencing others, or that the mere presence of these protests make other students feel unsafe. But you'll also find no shortage of commentary in these countries valorizing protests elsewhere when it suits their goals. For instance, the Women Life Freedom protests in Iran gained popular attention and virtually no criticism or scrutiny in the West. Why? Because we have a goal of regime change in Iran, and we've forever hoped that we could destabilize this government and create discontent in their society so that that goal can be reached. We see valorizations of other popular protests and resistance groups, and we do the same kind of valorization. That is, we'll complain that students here upset at mass murder are agents of Hamas, but we'll cheer on resistance in Syria, even when they're tied to Al-Qaeda. We will complain that college kids are supporting violence, but cheer on protesters in Hong Kong, even when they set someone on fire or have a protest motivated by the extradition of a man who dismembered his girlfriend. People in Western democracies love protest and protest aesthetics as long as we have been told to love it and to valorize it. And we are told to love and valorize protest in countries that we're told to hate. This works like clockwork. Meanwhile, we're willing to allow the erosion of free speech at home on behalf of our elite's geopolitical ambitions. Whether you agree with these college students or not, you should be concerned that your government is showing active contempt for your rights to freedom of speech and to freedom of assembly. American universities, supposed havens for free discourse, are having their own professors arrested. I can't even imagine what the commentary would be like if this was happening in Iran or Russia or China. Of course there'd be global uproar, but that said, we can't bring ourselves to stand up for basic freedoms at home. The facts here are very simple. There are innocent people being killed en masse. University students are understandably upset about this and are organizing to pressure their institutions and governments away from aiding and abetting this mass murder. And instead of being outraged at the mass murder, or at the very least, instead of valuing the right to free speech, we are outraged at our own fellow citizens for exercising their rights. We're in a situation, in other words, that's just truly shameful.